Chapter 1. The Black Case. It's no secret that there are too many lawyers here in Memphis. Next month, when we graduate from law school, many graduates won't have jobs to go to. Some of those who do have jobs will be doing boring work for very little money. The lucky ones, who have been accepted by big private firms, will work 70 hours a week, but will make real money. I am one of the lucky ones. I have a job in a small, respectable firm called Broadnax and Spear, and I'll be making more money than I can spend. At least, that's what I thought until a few minutes ago. I just heard that Broadnax and Spear has been bought by Tinley Britt, one of the big old firms. I called, but no one would tell me anything. I'm driving my old Toyota as calmly as I can and wondering whether I still have a job. I walk into the building. Richard Spain, a really nice guy who took me to lunch the first time I visited here, is sitting by the elevators, looking at the floor. "Richard, it's me, Rudy Baylor." Richard doesn't move. I sit down next to him. "What's the matter, Richard?" I ask. "They fired me. They fired all of us. Tinley Britt just wanted our clients. You're fired too, Rudy. Do you realize you lost your first job before you even started?" I take the elevator to the 4th floor. "And who are you?" asks the uniformed guard at the desk. "Rudy Baylor. Here, this is for you. Read it and leave." It is one paragraph. I have no job. I have no money. I do, however, have a case. And it may be a very good one. One of my classes this year is Legal Problems of the Elderly. To get experience, we visit a club for elderly people and give them free legal advice. We went today. It seems like weeks have passed since Dot Black came up to me with the papers, but it was only this morning. She and her husband are younger than the others. "Buddy and me, we don't have much money," she says quietly, embarrassed. "And we need a lawyer," she adds. "What's the problem?" I ask. "We're being cheated by an insurance company. We started a medical policy 5 years ago when our 2 sons were 17. We've never missed a payment. My boy Donnie Ray got leukemia 8 months ago. And now he's dying because Great Benefit won't pay for a bone marrow transplant." "A transplant?" I say, confused. "My boys are identical twins. Bone marrow from Donnie Ray's brother Ron is a perfect match for Donnie Ray's. The doctor said so. The transplant costs about $150,000. Their insurance company is supposed to pay it. It says so in the policy. So Donnie Ray is dying because of them." Dot pushes a pile of papers across the desk. I look quickly through the papers, the policy and letters to and from Great Benefit. "Are you sure bone marrow transplants are covered in the policy?" I ask. "Hell yes. Our doctor said they should pay because bone marrow transplants are routine treatment now." I look at the next letter. At first it looks like all the others, quick and nasty. "Dear Mrs. Black, on 7 previous occasions, this company has denied your claim in writing. We now deny it for the 8th and final time. You must be stupid, stupid, stupid." It was signed by the head of the claims department. I can't believe it. "I'll have to study these," I say. "Can you send me his medical records?" "Sure, but please hurry, Rudy. My boy is dying." I go home and read everything Doc gave me. I read the stupid letter again. It is shocking and mean, and written by someone who never thought the Blacks would show it to a lawyer. I study the records. The Blacks paid $18 a week for 5 years. I keep thinking about Max Luberg, who taught insurance law last fall. I'm not a real lawyer, but this is a real case. and I need help. I find Luberg's office in the law school. It's filled with books and newspapers and files. It's a mess. "Come in," he shouts. He's a thin, short man, 60, with wild hair and hands that are always moving. He wears jeans and a t-shirt. "Baker, what can I do for you?" "Baylor, Rudy Baylor," I say. Then I tell him about the blacks' fight with great benefit. He listens to every word. "Have you ever heard of Great Benefit?" "Yeah, it's a big company that sells a lot of cheap insurance. Very unpleasant. Let me see the policy. What are their reasons for refusing to pay?" First, they just refused. Then they said leukemia wasn't covered. Then that Donnie Ray had leukemia before they bought the policy. Then that he was an adult and wasn't covered by his parents' policy. "Were all the premiums paid?" "Mrs. Black says they were," I answer. "The bastards," says Max, smiling. Max loves this kind of fight, poor people against big, powerful companies. "And you checked the whole file?" "Yeah, I read everything the client gave me," I say. I give him the stupid letter. He reads it twice. "Unbelievable," he says. "I'll read it all tonight." "No problem," I say. "Can I come back tomorrow?" "Sure, anytime." I'll meet him, listen to his advice, and then type up a 2-page report for the blacks. All through law school, I've worked nights at Yogi's Bar. It's a student place owned by Prince Thomas. Prince is a big man with thick arms and long hair. He likes to sit at a table near the big screen TV, watch the ball games, talk to pretty girls, and drink. People say that not all Prince's business activities are exactly legal, but I don't care. He's been good to me. For 20 hours a week, I make $5 an hour. Every day, students come in looking for work, so I feel lucky to have the job. It's okay to be a waiter while you're a student, but it won't be okay when I graduate. I have to find a real job. First, I try the law school employment office, Madeline Skinner. She's very good at what she does. She knows the right people in the right firms because she helped them get their jobs when they left college. "Hello, Rudy." "Hi," I say, smiling. "Rough day, huh?" She knows. "Broadnax and Spear wanted to keep you, but the new firm refused," she says. "So, what's left?" I ask. "Not much," she says quickly. "In fact, nothing." "What should I do?" "Start knocking on doors. There are 3,000 lawyers in this city, mostly people working alone or in small firms. Offer to do the work they don't want." "How many times have you given this advice lately?" "We have 15 graduates looking for work." "Thanks, Mrs. Skinner." "I'll keep looking. Check with me next week." I go to the library. Booker Kane is waiting to study for the bar with me. Booker is black and my best friend. He and his wife Charlene have invited me to dinner twice a month for 3 years. "Booker, I've lost the job at Broadnax and Spear." He looks shocked. "So, what are you going to do?" "Find another job. Study." I tell him about the black case. Max Luberg is reading the stuff tonight. Chapter 2. Job Hunting. When I get to Max Luberg's office, he smiles. "I read the whole file last night. This kind of behavior is typical of these companies. They sell to the uneducated, and when claims are made, the companies refuse to pay." "Don't they get sued?" "Not often. Their clients are the kind of people who are afraid of lawyers and the legal system." "What happens when they do get sued?" I ask. "Generally, not much. There have been some large settlements around the country." "But Donnie Ray is dying because he can't get the transplant he's supposed to get under the policy, right?" "Yes. If his parents have told you everything, it's a good case. Not a great one. This is Tennessee, where there are rarely large settlements, especially in Memphis. So, what do I do? I ask. Sue the bastards! I don't have a license. Not you. Send the family to an experienced lawyer. Make a few phone calls for them. Do what you can. Thanks, I say. The black home is a small brick house, like 1,000 others in the neighborhood, except that the front yard is neater than most. An old Chevrolet sits in the garage. It's mid-afternoon, and the temperature is nearly 90. The windows and doors are open. I knock gently, and Dot comes to the front door. It's me, Mrs. Black, Rudy Baylor. I'd like to discuss a few things. I follow her into the kitchen. Buddy isn't around, and I guess Donnie Ray is in his bedroom. Where's Buddy? I ask, like we are old friends. She points out the window to the backyard. Under a tree is an old Ford Fairlane. It's white with 2 doors, both of which are open. A cat is sleeping on the roof. He's sitting in his car, she explains. The car looks like it hasn't moved in a long time. Where's he going? I ask, and she actually smiles. Buddy, he ain't going nowhere. He sits in there every day, all day. Just Buddy and the cats. Buddy ain't right in the head. How's Donnie Ray? I ask. He stays in bed most of the time. Look, I advise you to sue immediately, but don't expect a quick solution. You're fighting a big company with lots of lawyers who can delay and delay. How long will it take? It could take months, maybe years. He'll be dead in a few months. Can I ask you something? Great Benefit first denied this claim last August, right after Donnie Ray was diagnosed. Why did you wait until now to see a lawyer? I thought the insurance company would pay the claim. I kept writing them. They kept writing back. I don't know. Just stupid, I guess. We'd paid the premiums so regularly over the years, never late. And I ain't never used a lawyer, you know. No divorce or anything like that. She turns sadly and looks through the window at the Fairlane. He drinks a lot, you know. And I don't really care. It makes him happy. Look, Dot, I know I don't have any experience, but I'd like to handle this case for you. She has an almost hopeless look on her face. One lawyer's as good as the next. How strange. Lawyers spend a fortune on advertising, but there are still people like Dot who don't know an experienced lawyer from a third-year law student. I'll have to work with another lawyer until I pass the bar exam, you know. How much will it cost? She asks, looking at me. I give her a smile. Nothing. I'll take a third of whatever we get. If we don't win, I don't get anything. How much? We sue for millions, I say, and she smiles. I don't think there is a greedy bone in this woman's body. Any dream she had disappeared long ago, but she likes the idea of making Great Benefit suffer. And you get a third of it? Yes, after Donnie Ray's medical bills are paid. She hits the table. Then do it. Now. Okay? I'll start work, I say. Don't you want to meet Donnie Ray? I'll come back soon to ask him a few questions. Just hurry, okay? At Yogi's, I stay busy. Prince is drinking with his lawyer, Bruiser Stone, an enormously fat man with long, thick gray hair and a small beard. Together, They look like two bears. The next day, I have an appointment with Barry X. Lancaster, a rising star in the Lake firm. Jonathan Lake is famous in Memphis. He graduated from law school and couldn't find a job, so he started in business by himself. One night, he crashed his motorcycle and woke up with a broken leg in St. Peter's Hospital. The guy in the next bed had also had an accident and was badly burned. His girlfriend had died. After he and Lake became friends, Lake signed up both cases, sued, and won. 6 months after passing the bar exam, Jonathan Lake settled the cases for $2.6 million cash. Lake got half. With $1.3 million, Lake built an office and filled it with people. He studied hard, trained himself, and quickly became the best trial lawyer in Tennessee. Barry's quite busy. Tell me about your case. Well, I'm actually here looking for a job, I say boldly. I saw your advertisement for an assistant. I'm really busy. Okay then, I say. I rush through my usual routine about being bright and in the top third of my class, and how I had a job with Broadnax and Spear. I tell him how useful I can be to him. He can use me to do all his boring work, and pay me $24,000 instead of the usual $40,000. $21,000. I'll take it, I reply quickly. I'll work a whole year at 21. I promise I won't leave for 12 months. I'll work 60, 70 hours a week, no vacation. I'll discuss it with Mr. Lake. Maybe he'll agree. I also have a very good case. I hand him my report on the black case, and he reads it twice. You want a job and part of the fee? He asks. No, just the job. The case is yours. I'd like to work on it and handle the client, but the fee is yours. I'll let you know. Back at my apartment, the phone rings. It's Barry X. I'll hire you as an assistant for 12 months. We will represent the blacks against great benefit. You will work on the case, but you will not receive any of the fees. When do I start? Right now. I'd like to discuss the case tonight. We need to get a contract signed by the blacks, he says. I leave Barry's office after 10 o'clock. I'm smiling as I drive home. I'll call Booker first thing in the morning with the good news. Then I'll take Mrs. Skinner some flowers. At Yogi's, Prince says that he is sorry I'm leaving, but I will still work weekends until I take the bar exam. On my 4th day at Lake's, Barry hands me a thin file. I want you to go see the blacks and get this contract signed by all 3. It needs to be done now. I call Dot and explain. When I arrive, Dot is alone in the kitchen. Buddy won't come in. Why not? I ask. Dot just looks out the window. I'll get Donnie Ray. I hear Dot speaking softly to her son. Then they're in the kitchen. I stand to meet Donnie Ray Black. He is definitely close to death, but he smiles and holds out a bony hand, which I shake carefully. Nice to meet you. Mom said nice things about you, he replies. His voice is weak, but his words are clear.